Hey, what's going on, guys? Today I'll show you an action thriller film named Carter. Spoilers ahead, watch out and take care. The movie begins with a muscular man waking up from his pig-like sleep with a mysterious cross-shaped scar on his neck. As the man is completely clueless, a group of armed people barges in. They claim to be CIA agents from the United States, asking the man where the virus doctor is. The man is utterly bewildered, having lost his memory, and not knowing who he is or what has happened. One of the agents then shows the man a video, which reveals that it was the man who had kidnapped the virus doctor, and informed the CIA of their location. But the man still can't remember anything. At that moment, a phone in the man's pocket rings. A woman on the other end calls the man, Carter, and tells him to hand the phone to the agent. Carter does as instructed, only for a bomb to explode the next second, annihilating the CIA agents. The woman on the phone continues to speak, explaining that Carter has a communication device implanted in his ear, which only he can hear. She also tells him that in 10 seconds, the place will explode, and he must jump to the building opposite. As the woman counts down, Carter has to trust her and leaps to the other building. At the same time, the bomb detonates. Carter lands in a sauna room in the opposite building filled with shameless naked men and women. Carter doesn't know who they are, but is sure they're not good people. Thus, a one-against-all bare muscle wrestling begins. In just a few minutes, Carter defeats all of them and grabs a coat to escape. The woman in the earpiece directs Carter's escape route, and with his incredible skills, he races into a clothing store, evading the pursuers. He defeats the enemies behind him and quickly puts on a decent outfit. As he exits through the back door, the woman instructs Carter to take out the agents outside. After he does so, Carter follows her instructions to remove their equipment. He asks the woman why the CIA is after him, but she doesn't answer. Instead, she tells him there's a bomb in his mouth, and they'll detonate it if he doesn't follow their instructions. With no other choice, Carter continues to follow the woman's demands and enters a van parked across the street. Inside the van is a woman who claims to be from South Korea's National Intelligence Service. As soon as Carter gets in, she asks him to hand over the confiscated CIA equipment so they can reverse trace their enemies. At this point, the woman in the earpiece reveals her identity as well. She is Han, from the North Korea's liaison department. It turns out that not long ago, a mutated virus broke out on the Korean peninsula, infecting millions of people. The infected have physical abilities and attack power far beyond ordinary people, essentially becoming zombies. To develop a drug to counter the virus, North Korea and South Korea set aside their differences and began cooperating. Doctor is the only person capable of developing a treatment. The daughter of the doctor had also been infected, but he cured her and discovered antibodies against the virus in her body. He then began working on developing a vaccine using these antibodies. However, once the daughter's blood left her body, it lost its effectiveness. As a result, both North and South Korea decided to send Doctor and his immune daughter to a North Korean research facility for further research on the vaccine. Unexpectedly, Doctor's daughter was kidnapped by the CIA during the journey. This was done partly because many US troops stationed in South Korea had been infected, and partly to use the vaccine as a means to achieve political goals. Carter's mission is to find Doctor's daughter and bring her to North Korea. However, Carter doesn't understand why he is the one chosen for this task and what his true identity is. The woman explains that Carter is originally a Korean-American CIA official who later defected to North Korea and became a national hero there due to his achievements. However, the North Korea government didn't trust him totally, so they planted a female spy by his side. Unexpectedly, Carter and the spy fell in love, got married, and had a child. The woman continues to reveal that Carter's wife and daughter have both been infected with the virus. His wife is said to have already died, and his daughter is being held in a North Korean research facility. In order to save his daughter, Carter has gone all out and allowed the authorities to block the memories in his brain so he can devote himself to completing the mission, which explains why he lost the memories of his identity. In other words, he can only save his own daughter by finding Doctor's daughter. It's shown that most infected people cannot survive more than 13 days, and today is the 13th day. Carter has only 1 day left to complete the mission and save his infected daughter. After the revelation, the woman hands Carter a package of equipment and weapons, and he embarks on an unknown journey. Under Han's guidance, Carter arrives at a building that serves as a temporary CIA base, where Doctor's daughter Hana is being held. With Han's control over the CIA's communication frequency, they can easily track their movements. Carter accurately takes out his opponents and eventually finds Hana, leaving the building with her through a side door. However, they are soon stopped by a group of CIA agents, all armed and demanding that Carter reveal his mastermind. They also question whether he is from South Korea or North Korea. Carter doesn't care. He only wants to save his daughter and put an end to the virus threat without getting involved in political struggles. Soon, the CIA discovers that Carter was one of their own, who later joined North Korea and changed his identity. Just as they are about to confirm his identity, they find the signal device inside his body. At this moment, the woman on the phone quickly shuts down the signal in the earpiece and replaces it with a disguised signal emitted by a molar, which is actually an inbuilt bomb. The CIA agents trigger the explosion upon removing the device, and Carter takes the opportunity to escape with Hana. After leaving the building, Carter and Hana find themselves on a street where people are demonstrating, demanding that Doctor be sent to North Korea because the hope for a vaccine rests solely on him. The South Korean government then announces that Doctor has been safely sent to a North Korean research facility and is awaiting his daughter's arrival to begin vaccine development. However, Carter receives a text message from someone who claims to know his true identity and offers to reveal more information if he gets in their car. Carter is curious about his own identity, and a car sent by Han is waiting for him across the street. After hesitating for a moment, Carter eventually gets into the car as instructed by the text message. It turns out to be a CIA agent. She then cuts off the communication signal in his earpiece and claims that they have confirmed his DNA information, identifying him as her former partner who fought alongside her. Now Carter must choose between trusting the CIA agent in front of him or the North Korean woman Han. However, before Carter can make a choice, Han commands a sniper to shoot the agent, and Carter has no choice but to keep running. Along the way, more pursuers catch up to him. This time, it's people from Han's side. They snatch Hana away, and at the same time, the CIA also plans to eliminate their traitor, Carter. Carter must rescue Hana amidst a hail of bullets, which is no easy task. Fortunately, he not only takes down Han's men, but also successfully eliminates the CIA pursuers. In the end, Carter and Hana manage to reach the airport. At the airport, the director of South Korea's National Intelligence Service is waiting to escort Carter and Hana to North Korea. Once they board the plane, a medical team checks and treats Carter and Hana, and the director reminds Carter not to let his guard down until they arrive in North Korea. It turns out that the director suspects there is a faction within North Korea planning a coup, who might try to kidnap Hana and use it as an opportunity to instigate conflict between North and South Korea, reaping the benefits. Before the director can finish, the plane starts to shake, the cockpit signal is lost, and both pilots have passed out due to drinking virus-contaminated coffee. The director wants to kill the mutated pilots, but the North Korean side stops him. Suddenly, the emergency lights on the plane go out and Hana disappears. With the help of a thermal sensor, Han, on the other end of the earpiece, discovers that Hana is in the cargo hold. Carter immediately heads to the cargo hold and finds Hana tied up. At this moment, a man suddenly charges at Carter. He was once a North Korean medic, but has now betrayed his country to become an American agent. His goal is to kidnap Hana and hand her over to the Americans. The director demands the medic to reveal the mastermind behind this, but the medic refuses and kills the director during the argument. Carter sends Hana to the front of the plane to seek help, while he stays in the cargo hold, trying to subdue the medic. Unexpectedly, the medic uses a bomb to blast Carter out of the plane. Hana informs both North and South Korean parties about the director's death, which immediately causes a standoff between the two sides. However, the medic who kidnapped Hana accuses the director of being a CIA spy planted within their ranks. Hana doesn't know how to explain the situation, and the infected pilots and crew suddenly appear, attacking everyone on board. The plane quickly descends into chaos. The medic cuts Hana's wrist and smears her blood on his face to avoid being attacked by the infected. Soon after, all the remaining people on board are killed by the infected. Seizing the opportunity, the medic detonates the bomb and jumps off the plane with Hana in his arms. Meanwhile, Carter is still hanging onto the plane. Seeing the medic jump off, Carter doesn't hesitate to let go and begins a mid-air muscle wrestling with the medic. Relying on his unmatched skills, Carter manages to snatch the medic's gun and send him straight to meet Medic Jesus. He then takes the medic's parachute and catches Hana as she falls. Finally, they land safely on a truck on the ground. Meanwhile, CIA agents are still relentlessly pursuing Carter. Once again, Carter manages to shake off his pursuers after several rounds of fast and furious battle. He and Hana hide in a forest. Han continues to give instructions to Carter, telling him that their people are waiting for him at a suspension bridge not far away. Once he gets there, his mission will be completed. Carter takes Hana through the forest and stops to rest by a small stream. Unexpectedly, an infected corpse floats down the stream, and soon numerous infected appear from above the waterfall. They attack Carter, who fights them off as he retreats, finally arriving at the suspension bridge. As they reach the middle of the bridge, Hana suddenly slips, nearly falling off the cliff, but she is saved by Carter in the nick of time. With the infected closing in, Carter has no choice but to shoot the ropes and swing to the other side of the cliff, with Hana on his back. At this moment, the North Korean troops arrive to provide support, led by a woman. They quickly kill the infected, and Carter and Hana are finally saved. This woman is actually Han, who has been directing Carter's actions through the earpiece. The leader of this North Korean troop is General Kim, who orders Han to remove the memory-blocking device from Carter's brain. However, as she is about to do it, Carter is kicked down by General Kim. It turns out that General Kim is the leader of the coup faction in North Korea. He plans to use the virus to overthrow the governments of North Korea, South Korea, and the United States, and establish a new world order. Therefore, they must have the virus-immune Hana back to serve their evil plan. It's also revealed that Han is actually Carter's wife, who is still alive. Afterward, Carter wakes up handcuffed and is taken to an incinerator by the rebel forces, which is filled with infected. They plan to burn Carter alive along with the infected. Unexpectedly, as soon as the gasoline is poured, the infected regain consciousness when set on fire and crawl out of the incinerator, attacking the rebels. In an instant, the rebels are devoured. Carter takes advantage of the chaos to unlock his handcuffs, kill the infected, and learns the location of General Kim. He then sets off to rescue his daughter, who's being held by General Kim in a research facility. Carter spies on the facility with a scope and spots General Kim inside. He sends a message to Han, asking her to turn on the call function on her phone. Through the call, he listens to the conversation between Han and General Kim. It turns out that according to the original plan, once Carter brought Hana back, General Kim would let them leave for another country as agreed. However, General Kim is obviously untrustworthy. He doesn't want his plot to be known by the Americans and wants to keep Carter in North Korea to manipulate the people as his puppet. Therefore, he is unwilling to let them leave. But Han stands firmly by her husband's side, refusing to work with General Kim even at the cost of her own life. Seeing that Han refuses to cooperate, General Kim points his gun at her. But Carter quickly fires a bullet, followed by crashing his car into the research facility. In order to create chaos, Carter shoots the door lock, releasing countless infected who attack anyone they see. The research facility descends into chaos. Taking advantage of the situation, Han arrives to join Carter and successfully rescues their daughter and Doctor's daughter Hana, who carries the antibodies. The virus doctor, who is also being held captive there, injects Carter's daughter with an antibody serum, which stops the infection in time. The couple then join forces to defeat their enemies. With their combined efforts, the infected and North Korean troops are annihilated. Han then leads everyone to safety, leaving the research facility. In the car, Han hands Doctor a device and asks him to insert it into the cross-shaped wound in Carter's back. This device is used to restore Carter's memory. Once inserted, Carter's memory is instantly restored. It turns out that when the virus first broke out, Carter wanted to take his wife and daughter abroad, but was stopped by General Kim. To protect his family, Carter reluctantly agreed to help him take Hana back. However, nobody knows at that time whether Hana was taken by the CIA or captured by South Koreans. To find her, Carter kidnapped the virus doctor and used it as a pretext to contact the CIA. As a former CIA agent, this was not difficult for him. This is also the reason why the CIA received the video of Carter kidnapping Doctor shown at the beginning of the story. At the time, General Kim didn't trust Carter, suspecting that he had fled on his own, disregarding his wife and daughter. To gain trust, Carter had to voluntarily erase his own memory, but that wasn't enough for General Kim. So he injected the virus into Carter's daughter, ensuring that Carter would do everything in his power to succeed. His wife, Han, tells Carter that a Chinese train will soon arrive, and once they board the train, they will be safe. However, en route, their car gets stuck in a mud pit, and General Kim's forces catch up with them. With no other choice, Carter takes his daughter and Hana to chase the train, while his wife stays behind to cover their escape. Carter rides a motorcycle with the two girls through the forest, heading for the fast-moving train bound for China. Carrying both girls, Carter leaps onto the train. General Kim's rebel forces also catch up, and both sides engage in a thrilling battle on the train, which involves the use of helicopters, missiles, and various high-tech equipment. Despite the odds, Carter's protagonist aura prevails. He fights his way through various chaotic battles. Han also arrives to provide support, and after several rounds of intense combat, the couple finally defeats their pursuers. They hijack a helicopter, cause two helicopters to collide, wiping out all their enemies for good. Carter and his wife and daughter, along with Doctor and his daughter Hannah, the five of them board the train, gradually fading into the distance. This is Daniel CC Movie Channel. Stay safe and enjoy your day.